What is going on, Warriors of Tamaris? Welcome back to another Call of Dragons video. It's been over 1 year since this game came out, and today it is time to give you the updated talent tree for Liliya in the Call of Dragons. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more content, turn on that bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get to it. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, we're not gonna beat around the bush, we're gonna go straight to the point. This is Liliya. After 1 year, she is still the strongest magic hero in the game. Can do so much damage in the open field. So we're gonna go over the skills, all the artifacts, all the warpets and all the good stuff that you need to know about this amazing hero in the open field. Starting off with the rage skill, known as the Flames of Vengeance. Deals diffuse damage to the target and 2 nearby legions, with a 50% chance to inflict scorch. Deals damage every second for 5 seconds. Now when they say diffuse damage, it means the first target is gonna take the full 1200 damage factor. The second target is gonna take 15% less damage out of the 1200 damage factor, and then it just goes on like that. On to the second skill, known as the Dazzling Inferno. This one is just for killing darklings on the map. It is irrelevant unless you're killing darklings on the map. Skill number 3, known as the Deep Burn. All magic units in Liliya's Legion gains 20% magic attack and 10% HP. So this 20% is going to boost the base statistics of your magic units and help you do so much damage. The 10% HP bonus is going to give you a good survivability in the open field against your enemies, which is something that you really want. As for skill number 4, it says when Liliya's Legion launches a normal attack, they have a 30% chance to scorch up to 2 surrounding enemy legions if the target legion is scorched. So this is what makes Liliya so dangerous in the open field. So first of all, she's gonna hit 3 targets with the 1200 damage factor. And then she has a 50% chance of scorching 1 target. When that target is scorched, that target is gonna take additional 200 damage every second for 5 seconds. And then you have the 4th skill, which is gonna add 2 other targets to the scorching ability. Now 3 targets, each one of them taking 200 damage factor every second for 5 seconds. This is a lot of damage. Now the Awakening skill just makes it so that you do damage to 3 targets instead of 2 if you don't have her awakened. Up next, we're gonna have a look at the best artifacts for Liliya in the Call of Dragons. Now the best artifact to use for this hero is hands down the Infernal Flame. It has an additional effect which says your legion gains magic keen when the wielder inflicts scorch on enemies. Magic keen, magic attack plus 15% for 5 seconds. So this is the number 1 artifact that you want to use on your Liliya. If you don't have this, you can use the Phoenix Eye. It's a good one. You can also use the Tear of Arbon if you want. Now there are some options at the bottom here as well. You can also use the Mirage Orb if you decide to put Bertrand as a deputy behind Liliya. You can use this artifact right here. It was added recently, known as the Lakeside Rhapsody. If you look at this artifact, it has a scorching ability that can give you a magic damage factor of 250 for the artifact. This is something you can use. You can try a magic bomb. Now there are some good artifacts here at the bottom as well. You can use the Breath of Yargentis if you want to try that out, or you can use the Visage of the Sanctus if you're using Celestial and THEIA as a deputy. It could work quite well. But the best artifact is Infernal Flame. This is the way to go. The next topic of the video is going to be the best pairings to use with this hero. The number 1 most liked pairing right now is Liliya Primary and VELYN Deputy. This one works well with all the different factions in the game. There is another alternative that you can use as well. You have Liliya Primary and then THEIA Deputy if you are in the League of Order. This is going to work very well with the Celestials. You're going to get up to 55% magic attack that's gonna boost your Liliya significantly and help you do so much damage in the open field. You might want to give it a shot and see how it performs. Compare your Liliya VELYN versus your Liliya THEIA and see which one gives you the most merits. In my opinion, I am in the League of Order and I have been using Liliya and THEIA throughout the last season and this season. I just like it. It gives me so much merits. Now another pairing you can use is Liliya primary and then Bertrand as a deputy. You can take advantage of the compound interest, and the Bertrand can also bring some nice magic attack and magic unit defense penetration, which could work quite well for you. You can also go Liliya primary and then Tohar as a deputy. You are going to get a 30% hero skill damage boost, which is going to boost the Liliya's rage skill significantly and help you out with the damage against your enemies. Now there are some other pairings you can use as well. You have Liliya and you have Atheas. You can put Atheas as a deputy and get, you know, extra rage gains. You have like a fantastic rage skill cycle. You can go Walter primary and then Liliya as a deputy. This is another good one. I have seen people also use Liliya Husk, so you might want to give that a shot. But the two best pairings for Liliya that has been proven right now is Liliya VELYN for all the different factions. And then if you're in the League of Order, you have a second option of Liliya primary and THEIA as a deputy. You might want to give that a shot. Now when you're using Liliya and THEIA, you are going to need one of these awesome skills for your WARPET. Let's go over here and find it. You're going to need this heart wall to trigger the attack of THEIA, known as the Lex Lucis. Because with this attack, every time you get a shield, you get 10% attack. So the faster you can trigger this ability, the faster you are going to get the 30% attack and the more damage you're going to do to your enemies in the open field. THEIA is just going to take Liliya to the next level. She can bring 15% more hero skill damage boost. She has attack bonus, hero skill damage taken reduction. She can give you defense bonus. In the Celestial, you get a 10% attack bonus and you get a 20% march speed. So this is something you might want to consider. It is fantastic. Up next, we're going to check out the best WARPETs that you can use for these awesome pairings in the open field. The number one most liked WARPET for Liliya is going to be the Sapphire Frederick. This WARPET is going to do damage to 2 different targets, and it is fantastic. At the end of the season, if you get Split Pain Bloom and you take advantage of a high spirit, you will be able to do damage to 4 different targets. And like I said before, if you're going to use Liliya primary and THEIA as a deputy, you are going to need a heart wall on your WARPET, because this heart wall is going to trigger the Lex Lucis and give you more damage right away. Now other alternatives for WARPETs are as follows. You can try this WARPET right here, known as the Shadow Frederick. Can do damage to a single target and also give you some damage boost with the captive debuff. Just remember to put the heart wall if you're gonna use THEIA as a deputy. You also have the Thunder Lizard that can do damage to a single target. This is another WARPET to take with you. Now for those of you who are using Liliya primary and VELYN as a deputy, you might want to try the Ice Lizard. Unfortunately, this lizard is going to put you in a lot of trouble. It's going to slow your rage skill by 2 seconds. However, if you equip this lizard, it's going to make sure that when you pair up your Liliya and VELYN, you are going to get this guaranteed 400 damage factor. So without the Ice Lizard, you're going to have to depend on this ability right here. Is it this one or the third one? Yep, you're going to have to depend on this ability. When in battle, VELYN has a 20% chance to inflict magic defense break and freeze on the target. So this is what's going to trigger this ability. However, if you use the Ice Lizard, now if you don't care about the 2-second delay, that is how you can trigger this ability with a Liliya and a VELYN. What other WARPETs can we use over here? Of course, you also have the Sun Lizard that you can use. You can put the Sun Lizard as a support lizard to heal all your mages. So this could be a good one. But the best WARPET to use, hands down, is the Sapphire Frederick. This is the way to go. Up next, we're going to have a look at all the talent trees that everyone is using in the open field. I'm going to show you 2 different variations of the talent tree. One is going to be for Liliya VELYN and the other one is going to be for Liliya and THEIA. So let's start out with the Liliya and the VELYN. This is what a lot of people are using in all the different factions. Now at the end, you can go with either caged animals or you can take this skill here known as Thirst for Blood. This is going to be very good for quick fights, especially when you're gonna fight for like 10 seconds, then you run away. This could be the way to go. Now in a fight that's gonna last long, the caged animal is what you need. So these are the core skills that you need for your Liliya. You grab this, you come here, you take this attack, you get the intimidation, you get more rage, and then over here you have the boiling blood. When casting rage skills, your Legion's Deputy deals 8% more damage the next time they cast a rage skill. So this is the talent tree that you're gonna use for Liliya Primary VELYN Deputy. You also have this detached here, which is gonna reduce your normal attack by 4% and give you 8% more hero skill damage. Liliya can do damage to 3 targets, VELYN can do damage to 3 targets, so you're boosting all of that by 8%. You come over here, you have focus. When launching a normal attack, your Legion has a 10% chance to gain hero skill focus, increasing their hero skill crit rate by 10% for 5 seconds. So this is gonna give you more crit rate. VELYN also has a 10% crit rate, making it 20% chance for criticals, which is awesome. Then from here, the Raging Tide, your Legion deals 15% more hero skill crit damage, which is some good stuff. Onto the magic talent tree, you get magic HP, you get the Foresight. Now this is what people use with the VELYN as a deputy. VELYN has a 20% march speed. This is gonna work for all the different factions. So you could get up to 75 rage with every rage skill cycles. Now you can go here and get intimidation, and then at this node you can go with the magic maelstrom for some defense break, or you could decide to go with energy boost. Add another target to your rage skill. Now Liliya does damage to 3 targets. She has an 8% chance to do damage to 4 targets. VELYN also does damage to 3 targets. He has an 8% chance to do damage to 4 different targets. So this is what you use for Liliya Primary, VELYN as a deputy. Now we have 1 point left. You are gonna put this 1 point here. We hit upgrade. So this is the talent tree for a Liliya Primary and a VELYN deputy. The next talent tree of the video is gonna be the one that you use for Liliya Primary and THEIA as a deputy while in the League of the Order. Of course, you can use it in all the other factions as well. We made some changes in 2 places. Now over here we had the boiling blood. When casting rage skills, your Legion's deputy deals 8% more damage the next time they cast a rage skill. Now THEIA does not have a rage skill, so you go with this second skill here that gives you 20 additional rage. So you're gonna get 40 rage for a rage cycle for both of your heroes. And then everything else is almost the same. At the end here you can go with caged animal, or you could go with the thirst for the blood. Now when you come to the magic talent tree, everything is the same again. Now if you're in the League of Order, you can go with the Foresight, because THEIA is gonna give you 20% march speed with Celestials. If you're trying Liliya and THEIA in a different faction, you might want to get rid of Foresight and go with this 15% march speed instead, because you are gonna need it. Otherwise your Liliya THEIA is gonna be very slow. Now when you're using Liliya and THEIA, you're gonna put all of your points. You're gonna come here to the end. You go with the magic maelstrom. I think this is the best way to go. Once you do all of this, you're gonna have 1 point left. That point is going to go over here in the orb of the protection. It says when casting rage skills, your Legion has a 25% chance to gain a shield. So all you need to do is just to trigger this ability to gain a shield. And why do you need to do this? So we're gonna go back to the heroes. We're gonna click on THEIA and we're gonna go to Lex Lucis. When THEIA's Legion gains a shield, their attack is increased by 10% up to a maximum of 30%. So the more shields you get, the faster you get a shield, the faster you're gonna get this attack all the way up to 30%, and it's going to last for the duration of the battle. So make sure you grab this orb of protection right away if you're gonna be using Liliya Primary and THEIA as a deputy. Now there is one thing that you need to keep in mind. Never ever pick this ability known as the Steady Hands if you're using Liliya and THEIA. So what does it say? It reads, when gaining a buff effect, your Legion has a 20% chance to gain synergy. So I need to stop here for a second. Pay attention to the word synergy. Increasing their hero skill damage dealt by. If you take it to level 5, it's going to be 10% for 5 seconds. So this effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. Now if you have 1 point left, do not put it here if you're using Liliya and the THEIA as a deputy. So let's go back over here and check out THEIA. If you look at THEIA rage skill, she has a synergy that's gonna give you 15% skill damage. So if we go back to Liliya over here and then you pick this skill, sometimes a lot of people only put 1 point for only 2%. So this skill is going to overwrite the 15% synergy you're going to get from THEIA. So make sure you stay away from this skill if you're going to be using Liliya and THEIA. To keep this pushing, we're going to talk a little bit about the magic talent tree. So it's pretty much going to be almost the same like before. So we go from the skills talent tree. This is what it looks like. And then over here, you could go with boiling blood or the spirit of rage, depending on who is the deputy. Now continuing with the magic talent tree, you're going to come here and grab 5 points egoism. You're going to put 5 points here for the wither. And then Liliya has some scorching abilities. It's a continuous damage, so this is what you take. And then at the end here, you're going to go with the iconoclasm. This could work well with a Liliya primary and a Bertrand deputy, but you might want to go with the skills talent tree instead. So this is the talent tree of Liliya. This is what a lot of people are using right now. This is the talent tree that I am using with my Liliya and THEIA and the Celestials. Like I said before, it's one of my most favorite marches in the game. It is kind of hard to explain, but you just have to take it out to the open field and see for yourself. You can try it out when the passes for the dragon open, especially when you get a lot of merits. That is when you're gonna see what a Liliya THEIA can do for you in the open field. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.